The European strategy, hubbing through Brussels, is Sabena's answer to the turbulent developments seen in European air traffic in recent years. The deregulation of 1988 led to fierce competition and increasing overcapacity. London, where the number of daily flights has doubled in the last few years, and Vienna, where the number of weekly flights has more than tripled since 1988, illustrate this trend.
During the same period, traffic at regional airports, such as Stuttgart, Oporto and Dublin, has increased sharply in comparison to the airports such as London, Frankfurt, Zurich and Copenhagen.
Sabena needs to expand its market by making optimum use of Brussels' central location. Therefore, in 1993, Sabena began to set up a European hub, a network which enables passengers from major and regional airports in Europe to reach the rest of Europe via Brussels.
The principle of this strategy, at first implemented in the United States, looks promising here as well.
The market potentials have considerably extended. Let's take these 8 connections as an example. They used to be separate from one another. Passengers were only carried between Brussels and one of these destinations.
By contrast, in a hub structure, passengers not only have the option of travelling to Brussels, but to 4 other destinations as well. Instead of 8 connections a day, 20 a day are now possible. This considerably increases our market potential. In 5 years' time, total traffic will have grown by 80%, mainly thanks to a 5-fold increase in transit traffic.
For freight, the hub has led to a new service, the Eurospeed concept for small consignments within Europe. The large number of connections has also prompted other airlines to carry freight via Brussels in cooperation with Sabena.
The decision to extend the range of regional flights is also part of the hub strategy. Sabena can forge a strong position for itself to destinations such as Newcastle, Marseille, Florence, Hanover, Bilbao and Gothenburg, where competition is limited.
Developing Brussels as a turntable reinforces Sabena's position in its home base. Since 1993, our market share in Brussels has risen once more.
The intercontinental network is also strengthened by this measure. The wide range of connection options is an ideal basis for cooperation with an intercontinental partner. All our American destinations are operated in collaboration with Delta, and there is also cooperation on the European network.
Sabena's fleet is being deployed more efficiently. Since the introduction of the hub, the number of flights per aircraft has increased considerably.
Considering these advantages, what is the chance of success? Before we can think of Brussels as a genuine hub, a number of conditions must be satisfied.
The new transport possibilities offered by the hub system must meet a real demand. Studies confirmed that there's a potential of 1 million passengers from Scandinavia and Finland alone bound for Sabena destinations around the Mediterranean Sea. The same also applies between Great Britain and Germany, Austria and Italy.
A successful hub demands a central location. Besides Brussels, the airports of Amsterdam, Paris, Frankfurt and Düsseldorf are also centrally located, but they are already saturated, especially during peak times. By contrast, the Brussels airport is not yet being utilized to full capacity. At the same time, Brussels, as the capital of Europe, is a magnet for business traffic.
A sufficient number of airports must be linked with one another. In order to bring this about, Sabena has divided Europe into various zones. North-northwest, north-northeast, east, south-southeast, south-southwest, and the zone around Brussels called the Omni Zone. Every zone has an ideal connection with the two opposite zones and with the Omni Zone. The Omni Zone connects with all destinations.
An ideal turntable must offer several connections per day. Sabena's short-term planning anticipates that over 60% of destinations will be served 3 times a day or more. Sabena chose a setup with many night-stop flights. Scheduling the first hub wave earlier and the last hub wave later ensures that passengers have more time at their destination. A good example is the Manchester-Bordeaux connection. In the past, passengers would leave Manchester at about 8 o'clock. Arrival at the final destination was scheduled for about 2 p.m., preventing them from rounding off their trip in one day. In fact, they would have had to fly back almost immediately in order to return home the same evening. The new hub arrangement offers a 1 hour earlier departure to Brussels. Thanks to optimal transit in Brussels, our clients have sufficient time on the spot to round off their business and return home the same day.
Sufficient attention should also be devoted to local traffic. For the Belgian market, major destinations now have early morning departures. Moreover, thanks to the hub system, Sabena can serve regional destinations such as Bologna, Hamburg, Bordeaux and Newcastle at a high frequency and with jet aircraft, which would not be possible with local potential alone. Many early morning flights offer the foreign businessman an extra long working day in Brussels. Volume of local business traffic to Belgium is, in fact, much greater than it is from Belgium to other countries.
In order to make a success of the hub strategy, we must encourage passengers who are accustomed to making their connections elsewhere in Europe to use Brussels as a transit airport in the future.
In order to stimulate sales, Sabena schedules must be given priority in the reservation systems of travel agents.
In addition, the frequent flyer program, launched in 1992, promotes customer loyalty. Today, over 100,000 passengers are already members of this program.
A professional and welcoming profile was created for Sabena with the new image in 1993. This image has clearly identified Sabena as the airline for the businessman.
Sabena's charm, efficiency and knowledge of languages has created customer-friendly products and services.
In order to achieve these goals, all departments and services are striving to make continued improvements.
It is a genuine challenge for our foreign sales offices to tap the new potential and give Sabena an appeal which is not outdone by the competition.
At the airport of origin in Brussels, the operational side of passenger services ensures that the order in which transit luggage is loaded is adhered to, that passengers and luggage are transferred swiftly and comfortably, and that all available necessary information reaches Brussels in due time.
Our technical department is responsible for the airworthiness and availability of our fleet. It has a hand in achieving punctuality, which is vital for the smooth operation of the hub. For this reason, the Maintenance Operations Control Centre was established, and it is in touch with our aircraft 24 hours a day.
Sabena catering is based on a quality assurance system, guaranteeing safe products and strict hygiene throughout the whole production process, including bringing the meals on board, and for which it received the ISO 9002 certificate in 1993. Every hub passenger is offered a quality meal.
Positive results have not been slow in coming. In the summer of 1993, we carried 28% more passengers in Europe than in 1992. Despite an increase in the flights on offer, our load improved on average by 3 passengers per sector for both local and transit flights. The doubling of the number of European transit passengers over one season is significant, and this trend is continuing month by month.
What does the future have to offer? In the immediate future, Sabena will still be endeavouring to strengthen its position by completing its programs, further adapting the schedule and increasing frequencies. By 1997, this should lead to a 36% increase in the frequency of flights and a 66% increase in number of passengers. The number of European passengers will then have reached approximately 5.35 million.
We are striving to standardize the fleet by gradually reducing the number of airplane types.
Sabena aims to continue to excel thanks to new ideas such as the Venice-Barcelona line, or the introduction of through flight numbers, for which transit passengers no longer need to change airplanes for certain connections.
Everyone must contribute towards striving for continuously better products and services, both on the ground and in the air. Our costs must be kept under strict control, and we must all work yet more professionally, productively and creatively, always ready for new challenges.